So most of the time, when our mommies come to us, they want to have their babies at home, but we also work in a birth center, which is just a home that we own that they can come to have their babies. And mommies will do that because they want to be comfortable. So some mommies go to the hospital, and that's great too, and some mommies want to stay home and be more comfortable. And sometimes they have their babies in water. Do you guys know Nico? Yeah, some of you know that he was born in water. He talks about it. So Nico's my baby. He was born at home, and he was born in a tub. So we don't just take care of mommies when they're in labor, when they have the baby, but we take care of them when they're first pregnant too. So they call us, and we see them from the time that they're first pregnant all the way until they have their baby. So they come to us for appointments so we can make sure that they're healthy and that their baby's healthy. We do things like take their blood, and we do ultrasounds to look at the baby. We listen to the baby. We take mommy's vitals, all kinds of things like that to make sure that they're healthy. Amarachi is my student. So she's going to talk to you guys a little bit about how you become a midwife.
Yes. All right, let's do a little quiz. Do you guys think the process of becoming a midwife is short or long? Long. Do you guys think that I sit a lot, or do I run around a lot?
Run around a lot.
Run around a lot. So to become a midwife, you have to do something called an apprenticeship. That's a really big word. Does anyone know what apprenticeship means or has an idea? We called on you last time. Let me try over here.
Okay, so I feel an apprenticeship. Wait, say that please.
Apprenticeship.
So like an apprenticeship is sort of like being like helping the person
Yes.
with the pregnancy and the baby.
Yes. So you're a student under an established midwife, and they have been credentialed, they've been licensed, and they've been working for many years. Sarah's been working for many years, and she takes you under her wing, and she will supervise you while you do things. And so you start from little things, so you learn about vitals like heart rate, blood pressure, temperature. Then you work your way up into learning about the actual anatomy for pregnant ladies. So you learn about the pelvis and the placenta, which Sarah will talk about later. You start learning about baby's growth. Then you get to the point where you can start assisting the midwife. And then you get to a point, once you've reached your top of your training, when the midwife is confident that you are ready to go to the next level, you can actually start helping her catch babies. So when the mom is giving birth, you'll be right there and be able to help catch the baby. So that's like the top level. Once you're there, it takes about 2 to 3 years to get to that level. And once you're there, you can graduate, take a really big board exam, get your license by the state, and then you become a midwife. So that's where I am right now. I'm under Sarah and one of our other midwives, and they are just training me. Yep.
And so somebody earlier said that we deliver babies, but you guys heard Ami say that we catch babies. So something kind of funny that we say is we don't deliver babies because they're not pizzas. We just catch them. Mommies push them out, and we just catch them. So that's all. So like Ami said, we're going to talk about the pelvis. So everybody, boys and girls, have a pelvis. This is in your body right here. It's your hip bones, your butt bones. This is your spine, the bottom part of your spine. But boy pelvises don't move. Girl pelvises move because only girls can carry babies, right? So you guys know Miss Sakwa. I know she's not one of your teachers, but you guys know her, and she's pregnant, right? So as her baby has grown, her pelvis has moved to open so that her body can have room for her baby to grow like this. And then, who can guess what this is? That's okay. You have a guess?
I think that's
Okay. So this is the umbilical cord, but it's attached to a placenta. So the placenta is attached inside the mommy's body right here. This is the placenta in this model. And on the outside of the placenta is the amniotic sac, which is kind of like a big water balloon that holds a lot of fluids. What's your question?
I know the placenta cord connects to the baby's stomach. How do they breathe?
So I'll tell you that in just a minute. So this is attached inside the mommy, and then the umbilical cord is attached. Where do you think it attaches at on the baby?
in the stomach.
In the stomach, to the belly button. So it attaches kind of like this. So the placenta acts like the heart when the baby is inside their mom's tummy, and it's pumping blood to the baby, and that's how they get oxygen. They get oxygen from their blood. So they can't breathe air because they're inside of water. And the placenta gives them all the nutrients and oxygen and blood that they need to grow. So this is really, really important. It's really important to have a healthy placenta so that your baby can grow. This side, we call it the fetal side, but what does it kind of look like with all these veins in it? What does it kind of look like? Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, what does that kind of look like with the veins?
The lines,
Yeah.
it kind of looks like maybe wires.
Like wires. We call it a tree of life. It kind of looks like a tree.
Okay, that actually makes sense.
Yeah, does that make sense? So this is the side that the baby can see. And then if you turn it around, this side is attached inside of the mom. So all these little vessels are attached to the inside of her. And when she pushes the baby out, then she has to push this out. And so this has to unattach, it has to detach from her, and then she bleeds a little bit from where that is. Okay? Now these babies, these are our model babies. So the way that babies grow, and Ami's gonna talk a little bit about that.
Yes. All right, so when a mom first gets pregnant, the baby's so small that you can't see anything. You can only see with a microscope. Over time, the baby grows a little bit. This is 8 weeks. Look at how teeny tiny that is, right?
That's about 2 months pregnant.
2 months pregnant. And then this is 12 weeks and this is 16 weeks. You see the difference here? If a baby continued to grow at this rate, they'd be as big as a building. So things do have to slow down. So at the beginning of pregnancy, the body's doing a lot. There's a lot of energy going to the baby. That's why mommies are so tired and they're so hungry, and sometimes they don't feel good because they're putting so much energy helping to grow the baby. Once the baby gets a little bit bigger, then things can slow down and moms might feel a little bit better.
So when moms are pregnant, like we said, they come in for appointments, and we listen to the baby's heartbeat with this. It's called a Doppler. So you can't hear a baby inside of the mommy's tummy with a stethoscope like you can hear your own heartbeat. So at the end, if you guys want, we're gonna let you have a turn listening to your heartbeat, but this is mine. So we can listen to the baby. You can hear her talking. We can listen to the baby inside the mommy's tummy. Baby's heartbeats are way faster than your heartbeat or my heartbeat. Babies are like do-do, 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 because their body's smaller. And then when babies come out, most of the time mommy's healthy, baby's healthy. We don't have to do anything except, like we said, just catch the baby and just make sure the mom feels good. But sometimes babies come out and they're not breathing. So there's some things that we can do if they're not breathing.
So there's something called resuscitation. Does anyone know what that word means? Anyone want to take a guess? Oh, resuscitation. You are bringing them back to life. That's one. How would we do that?
Maybe like so. Usually like when you're older, then whenever you have trouble breathing, they do like for a baby. I'm guessing that they do something like they nurture them or something.
Well, actually, what you said before is actually right. We give them air. So for babies, they also get an air bag, not just adults too. So if a baby's not breathing, we use something called, this has a lot of names. This is called a bag valve mask, but we just call it a resuscitation bag. And so what the baby needs the most is oxygen right now, because if the baby gets oxygen, then the baby can move around, the blood can be flowing, and then the heart can be beating. So we want to get airflow to the baby as quickly as possible. We put the little mask on the baby, just like this. And then there's also a little dial here to let me know if I'm pressing at a good rate. I want to stay in the green. And so the way I would do it, and I would go breathe 2, 3, breathe 2, 3, breathe 2, 3, and the baby's chest will rise and fall, rise and fall. We'd also have a little oxygen monitor, making sure the baby's getting their oxygen. And once the baby's moving around, active, and their oxygen levels are at normal levels, then we know that the baby's okay.
So there's lots of things that we can do even though we're not in a hospital. We also have medicines that we can use sometimes if the mommy bleeds a lot. Sometimes we also use like medicine made from plants. We use herbs because we're hippies. But we have real medicines that the hospital has too. And then after everybody is okay, we have to do an exam on the baby, make sure that the baby's healthy, count their fingers and toes. Did you know that you could be born with an extra finger or an extra toe? So we have to make sure that they don't have that. We have to make sure their heart sounds right, that they're breathing right, all those really important things. And then we can weigh the baby because it's really important to know how much the baby weighs. And this is how we do that. So we don't do it with the regular scale. We do it with this really just because it's a cute picture. The daddy usually gets to weigh their baby in a scale like that, and it's very fun.
And the car?
Actually, the babies usually like this.
Yeah.
So usually they're wrapped up in it like this, and they like it because it feels tight and cozy, just like inside mommy's tummy. So they don't cry with that. Yes.
What happens if they have an extra toe?
So if you want to, you can have it removed. Some people just leave it alone because it doesn't hurt anything.
Imagine you have 2 babies here.
Yeah, some people have 2 babies in their tummies, and sometimes we can even catch twins when there's 2 babies in their tummies. So last year we had twins at the birth center.
Be 6 babies in the stomach.
Yeah, you could not have 6 babies in the stomach without
That's midwife.
those babies. They have to be born.
You could have 4 babies.
2 is our max.
Okay.
Yeah, because any early or any more than that, they're going to be born way too early.
Oh,
We
okay.
can't do births before 37 weeks.
Oh.
Yes,
okay.
because they might need to be in the NICU.
You
Yeah.
could have 4. They come out at the same time.
They come out on one at a time, all on their own. So my last twins, they were born 27 minutes apart.
Wow.
Yeah, but then our twins before that, I think, were 9 minutes apart, so they were close. Yes.
Is it possible for a child to be born with 4 arms?
Probably, yes. I've never seen it, but yes, I think that has happened before in the past. You guys read Wonder this year, and
Yeah, I have.
yeah,
I watched
you guys, the rest of y'all didn't?
Some of them, not all.
Some
not
did,
all
some
classes,
didn't.
yeah.
Okay, so some of the classes read Wonder this year, and that boy is born with some like deformities on his face. Yeah, so those kinds of things happen because of our DNA, our genetics. So DNA is chemicals inside of our cells in our body. We get some from our mom and some from our dad, and it determines what we're gonna look like, what color our hair is gonna be, what color our eyes are gonna be, if we're gonna have birthmarks, whatever. And so even deformities like an extra finger or toe can be from genetics.
Like if you have a baby, and imagine like that never comes out. They have to be like that.
Yeah, but that's okay. We give them lots of love and support. Any other questions? Okay, do you guys want to line up and hear your heartbeats?
Yes.
Yeah, you have one more?
Could it be possible for a baby to